Right here they have a Russian man that they found this morning as they're going out. I would not think the first people we were going to find today was going to be a Russian.
You know what? They come in all colors.
Vladimir's going to go take him back.
And while we were waiting, other ICE agents had identified a vehicle with 5 illegal migrants, and watch what happened when they go to try and make the arrest.
All right, go ahead. We'll take it down. Come on, let's take it down.
Look, all the protesters showed up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jeez. All the people jumped out of the car. They all started running, 5 different people, 5 different ways. They didn't catch any of them, and they're running right now. We didn't get the guys, but we did get their car keys.
Yes, sir.
And how often does that happen when you guys hop out on somebody, then they all get loose?
If we don't catch up to them, we'll normally try to go back to see if there's any type of identification that fell out of them.
And click right here for the rest of the video.
Oh, man. This is the moment everything changes right here. ICE is doing what they're supposed to do, following procedure while they're approaching this vehicle. And then out of nowhere, a crowd shows up. Not observing, not even just to film from a distance. Running directly into the arrest is what they was doing. 5 people get out of the car, and because of, chaos, every single one of them gets away. That's not a protest. That's literally interference. How is that not a criminal offense? And it raises a question nobody seems to want to answer. How does a crowd arrive at the exact moment and the arrest is happening? And if this were just Chicago, maybe you write it off. But I want you to watch how quickly it spreads, y'all.
I'm letting you know right now, ma'am, if you get any closer, I want to arrest you too.
Fuck you.
All right? So I'm telling you, don't get any closer.
I am allowed to film.
You can film, but don't get close.
Fuck you.
Okay? That's not nice. That's not nice.
Are you shitting me?
That's not nice. Come on. Be a human being.
You be a human being. Are you swear to God?
Smile, go get a job. Come on.
I'm on my way to work.
So go to work.
Jesus Christ. Hell no.
I'm telling you right now, if you come any near me.
All right, everybody, pay attention to this moment right here.
I am allowed to keep
You are not
following.
allowed to.
Whoa.
F-F-F-A-O, F-A-F-O. Now he is back. So we got a vigilante Karen out here trying to interfere. This is even more dangerous, right? An ICE agent or enforcement is out here with a suspect, and the arrest seemingly looks like it's almost finished. And then you got these social justice warriors stepping in, screaming, filming inches away, refusing to back up. That distraction is enough. The suspect sat there and broke free and almost got away. I wonder what he was going to do about the cuff situation. Now, think about what that moment means, though. An arrest didn't fail because of force. It failed because someone decided to insert themselves into it. This isn't activism anymore, right? This is people testing how much disruption it takes to stop enforcement, quite literally, right? And when behavior like this isn't shut down, something else happens, right? It seems that it starts to feel a little too normal. These are kids in Roblox right now. I only know about it because I paid for too much Robux in my time with my kids in Roblox. Oh my gosh. However, that's a game you definitely have to monitor your children on for sure. Now, this might look harmless at first. It's a game, kids joking around, but this is how normalization starts. Law enforcement isn't seen as real anymore. I mean, I'm not going to say act like I'm not entertained. I'd be allowed to say that, but again, about the normalization, law enforcement is going to be not seen as real, and they're going to be turned into somewhat of a punchline. And when kids are acting this out for laughs, it tells you something important. The seriousness of enforcement is being stripped away culturally. Now, this could be a stretch, but hey, I got to do my journalistic duty here. And once that happens, respect disappears and interference stops feeling wrong. It doesn't stop online, though. It definitely follows people in real life.
As I'm here at Galaxy Skate, and I'm wearing my Stand With Ice shirt, and they said that I had to take this off because it's violating one of their policies that they had just made up. I told her to show me it, and she shows me her dress code. It says nothing about wearing what you stand for. It says nothing about that. And she said that since she's a private store that I have to take off this. So I just took it off not to cause any trouble, but that's insane. I will never be coming back here. If someone was wearing a Pride shirt or any other shirt, she would stand for it.
Well, I guess Galaxy Skate in Grapevine, Texas, this kid said, we stand with ICE. So you stand with the police, and this lady said that was offensive, so he had to take it off. But if he had a Pride shirt or, Act Blue or, some coexist bullshit, liberal horse shit, she probably let him do it. Grapevine, Texas, Galaxy Skate. They discriminate based on political affiliation, it look like. So you can't say you back in the blues, no, but Black Lives Matter's fine, yeah, there. Galaxy Skate. Some woke-ass Karen owns it, I guess, I don't know, but this young man was forced to take off his sweatshirt because it said, I stand with ICE. And it had an American flag and shit. What the hell? And I looked at the dress code. I don't see nothing about that. So, okay. Yeah. Don't go to, Galaxy Skate. Go check it out. Yeah. Maybe go there with some American Pride stuff and see what happens. Okay, guys.
Now, this makes absolutely no sense. And this is where things definitely flip. A kid who wears a hoodie that says stand with ICE. No profanity. No threats. Just a message. This man treated like he wore a MAGA hat. I mean, I guess basically it is these days, right? And he's get denied entry because of it. So think about the message being sent. Mocking ICE is acceptable, though. Interfering with ICE is tolerated. But supporting ICE, that's treated as a problem. That imbalance matters because it shapes who feels protected and who feels, pressure to stay quiet. Now, take that mindset, and I want you to move it into the schools.
Remember that mom I posted about that was, took her child out to middle school? Because all the kids were protesting. Well, here.
The principal of Olympic Middle School was fired because she encouraged students to participate in ICE-related off-campus activities without prior consultation with parents. After learning about the situation, the mother of one of the students clearly expressed her opposition to her child's participation in any form of off-campus protest. However, the school authorities later expelled the student on the grounds of leaving school in violation of regulations. As the incident was exposed, more and more parents began to speak out. It turned out that the principal had clearly conveyed to the students that if they did not act under the unified command of the school, they would face the risk of being expelled. This statement soon caused a tense atmosphere on campus, and many students were forced to express their opinions under pressure. Under the pressure of public opinion, the school district focused on reviewing the principal's decision-making approach throughout the incident and whether he abused his management power.
Glad accountability is happening right here because that needed to happen, and I hope that more staff is held accountable. But at least the principal's gone. How dare they try and put the students in a situation, if you don't do this, you might get expelled. Excuse me? In essence, you're just forcing the kids to go out there for stuff they don't even care about, as they shouldn't, because they are in school for their education, not for your political discrepancies, Trump, you better start, doing some more stuff faster with these people, because we're not going to let it affect our kids and their education at all. So we need something to be done. We really need to start looking into every single person in the education system and their social media if they have it. Anything like that. Because if you're a teacher or someone of that, sort, and you're posting political crap, you shouldn't be a teacher.
Well, that principal got fired. Gone. According to, this report right here. And this is the first real sign that consequences are starting to show up. A principal pressures students into political protests. I'll be damned. I don't care what side of the aisle you are. I don't care if it was a pro-Trump protest. Leave politics out of that. They gotta learn. That's it. And they get mad that the parents push back. Suddenly, there's accountability. This moment matters because it shows you the system can respond, but only after things go a little bit too far. The problem is, for ICE, things are already past that point. And while schools are out here being exposed, college campuses are escalating.
We will not put up with ICE! We will not put up with ICE! We will not put up with ICE!
That is a pig pinata that has ICE written on it, so they're engaging in fantasies of violence.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Get off our fucking campus.
What?
Get off our fucking campus.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, sweetheart.
You're on our campus. You're on our property. You are on our property.
So you like borders now?
Oh, girl, shut up.
You like borders now? What is fascism?
Ask the smart people around me. I'm just an idiot liberal. I'm just a stupid idiot liberal.
I'd like you to leave our demonstration. You're welcome to make your own, but you're here because we publicized what we were going to do, and you came in opposition of that. I think you look like a very nice, joyful man. It's a beautiful day out here. You're not ruining my day.
Yeah, but you're ruining mine.
I have got all of the anti-ICE liberals at the University of Florida to support deportation and support borders. It's a miraculous day. Only the Lord, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, could have this happen. So thank you so much. I've changed everyone's minds here.
Now this is no longer disagreement. This is how hostility towards enforcement, itself looks open. Yeah, an ICE pinata? Really? That's different. Crowds chanting refusal to answer basic questions. And Caitlin, oh my God. It took me a second to catch that. Oh, so you do believe in borders now part. But this isn't about policy. It's about, delegitimizing enforcement so completely that obstruction feels justified. I've been covering that aspect, so far this week about how this resistance is being justified based on how rhetoric is being dealt. And once that happens, the rest stop being routine. They become flashpoints. And eventually, the federal government notices.
So this is a shocking story. An ICE protester says that her global entry and TSA pre-check privileges were revoked 3 days after an incident in which an ICE agent scanned her face while she was observing them on the streets. Ars Technica is reporting that 56-year-old Minnesota resident Nicole Cleland was volunteering with a group that tracks potential ICE and Border Patrol vehicles in the neighborhood when she observed a white Dodge Ram being driven by federal agents. She said she followed the car for a short time from a safe distance when two other vehicles being driven by federal agents stopped in front of the Dodge Ram and blocked her path. An agent then exited the vehicle and told her that they had performed facial recognition on her and said that she was impeding their work, warning that if she did it again, she would be arrested. She drove away, and then 3 days later, she received an email notification that her global entry and TSA pre-check privileges for airport security had been revoked, with a message telling her that she may have been found in violation of customs and immigration regulations. Federal agents have been known to be using this facial recognition software during these recent raids. Cleland has since filed a declaration about ICE's actions with the district court in Minnesota. We're going to stay on top of this all and more, so spread the word and follow for more.
Oh man, that loud note. However, I guess the chaos on this side is loud too. This is the turning point. People interfering with ICE are now being identified. Yeah. Anybody else happy about that? I don't know. Okay, I probably did a little too much. But yeah, their faces are getting flagged and their privileges are getting revoked. No arrest, not even courtroom drama, just some consequences. Now that tells you something very important. What was tolerated quietly is now being tracked formally. And that only happens when a problem reaches a certain, scale. Which brings us to the highest level.
Whom and why? And also, in this vein, does the White House still plan to issue an executive order banning mail-in voting, and what legal authority do you have to do that?
The White House is working on an executive order to strengthen our elections in this country and to ensure that there cannot be blatant fraud, as we've seen in California with their universal mail-in voting system. It's absolutely true that there's fraud in California's elections. It's just a fact. It is just a fact. They have a universal mail-in voting system, which we know is ripe for fraud. And if you want to deny that, I'm happy to provide you all of the evidence for it. I'd be glad to send that to you after this briefing.
Rigged.
Fraudulent ballots that are being mailed in the names of other people, in the names of illegal aliens who shouldn't be voting in American elections. There's countless examples, and we'd be happy to provide them. As for executive action the White House is taking, yes, we are looking into that. And like any executive order, of course, any executive order the president signs is within his full executive authority and within the confines of the law.
Now, when the White House started addressing this directly, it means one thing. This isn't just viral chaos anymore. It's a government issue. Whether you agree or disagree with the claims, the response itself signals that interference with enforcement is now on the national radar. Thank God. They need to go ahead and do something about it. This doesn't happen unless concern is behind the scenes, though, so I'll say that. Excuse me. And timing matters because something else is happening at the same time.
Today, I wanted to take a look at some long-term population trends that really should set off a flashing red siren to Democrats nationwide while bringing a big smile to the faces of Republicans nationwide. Why do I say that? Because take a look at the big population gainers versus the last census back in 2020. According to the latest population estimates that take into account the population mid-2025, look at this. The biggest population growth this decade? All 5 of the states that Donald John Trump won in 2024. Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, and of course the great state of Arizona where I spent my New Year's Eve. I love those folks out in Prescott, Arizona. These were the biggest gainers in terms of population compared to the 2020 census. Now, it's not just a red state boom. This is what we're looking at. We're looking at a red state boom here. But it is not just a red state boom. We're also looking at what I would dare call a blue state depression. Because who are the people? Who and where are the people moving from into the red states? Well, they're blue states. They're blue states. Take a look here. The lowest domestic net migration this decade. All 5 of the states that were won by Kamala Harris in 2024. Look at this. California, Harris's home state. New York, where I'm coming from right now, of course. Illinois, New Jersey, and of course the great Commonwealth of Massachusetts, which is a bastion of blue liberalism. These are the states that folks in the United States are moving away from and into the red states, which is propelling a red state boom. Now, this is interesting, right? But it could also have major political ramifications if it holds for 2030, the next census. Because take a look here. If, in fact, the 2025 population shifts hold for the 2030 census, look at this. Look at the House seat shifts by state. Remember, of course, we apportion the number of House seats depending on the population in each state. If, in fact, the 2025 population shifts hold for 2030, states that Kamala Harris won, they would lose 7 seats in the United States House of Representatives. The states that Donald Trump won in 2024, they would gain 7 seats. Now, this isn't just about the House of Representatives, right? It's also about the Electoral College, because the number of electoral votes that each state gets is equal to the number of senators. Each state, of course, has 2, plus the number of House seats that they have. So what would this mean for the House of Representatives? Well, if you remember back in 2024, right, it was all about, we were talking about the blue wall. If Kamala Harris could win the baseline Democratic states and then add in the blue wall states of Michigan, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, she would get to 270 electoral votes. But if all of a sudden we, in fact, have applying the 2025 estimates, the population estimates, to the Electoral College, the blue states plus the blue wall of Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin would no longer be enough. Under the current estimates, you get to exactly 270 electoral votes, the minimum needed to win the Electoral College. If, in fact, you apply the 2025 estimates, look at that. You would only get to 263 electoral votes if you were a Democrat, which would mean a Republican victory. Now, of course, we're still a number of years away from reapportionment, right? We take the census come 2030. But what we can say so far is we got a red state boom going on, a blue state depression going on, people moving from the blue states to the red states. And if it holds for 2030, well, it would make the Democratic nominee for president's job of winning the Electoral College that much more difficult.
Well, even CNN is acknowledging a shift. I ain't gonna lie, I love when he reports these poll updates. Population, movement, political consequences, long-term effects. Long-term effects. Why do I say certain words together? They get all jumbled. I hate that. Well, strongly dislike. This is what happens when enforcement becomes unstable. People respond, systems strain, and trust obviously begins to erode. ICE doesn't operate in a vacuum. You know, when enforcement weakens, the ripple effects go far beyond arrest. So when you step back and look at this all together, arrests being blocked, suspects getting away, civilians interfering, kids being pulled in, institutions exposed, privileges being revoked. What else? Federal attention escalating. It becomes impossible to ignore the pattern. This isn't controversy anymore. I tell y'all, all the time. This is turning into a serious problem for ICE. So, if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to put in the comment section, wow, it's been a while, a long time since I haven't had a word for the end. Just put, I don't know, let's put aha, they mad. Aha, they mad or you mad, some variation of that. That'll work. Other than that, I'm cool. Mentally, I'm fine. I got some business I got to go take care of today. I'm looking forward to that. I love giving y'all these little random updates. I've been seeing responses too. And I truly appreciate that. Yeah. Going to spend some time with my babies a little bit later. And that's pretty much going to be my day. I'm tap into maybe 2-3 more videos and we see where I go. Other than that, y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. They mad if you missed it. Peace.